And we're live here. It's Rob Cesternino back again for Summer of Survivor. It's Fantasy Tribe Draft Night. We'll explain what that all means here as we welcome back for the first time in not quite several weeks, but many weeks to have the entire Summer of Survivor crew back together. First, a man who has been taking you day by day through the Survivor 50 wish list. Give it up for Mike Bloom.
Yes, happy to be back. I have been gone for the past couple of weeks, but between Rob mentioning the Hawk Tua moment and Shannon comparing genitalia to deli meat, it feels like I've never left.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Okay. We keep you in our thoughts always, Mike. Of course, back with us once again. Of course, our chief international Survivor correspondent. It's Shannon Guss. Shannon, how are you?
I'm doing great. I'm excited for this. When Rob says, we're going to explain what that all means, I think he means to him, right? Do you know what's happening tonight with this? You like fantasy?
Oh, yeah,
yeah. I also don't know.
Yeah, it's like instead of explain to me like I'm 5, it's explain to me like I'm Rob.
Yes. Okay. We will do just that. And taking a break from talking about all things scripted TV, one of the tastemakers, of course, it is Grace Leeder. Grace, how are you?
I'm good. I am a tastemaker, but tonight I'm going to see if you folks have taste. I'll let you folks draft your tribes, and we'll see how they are.
I did have COVID earlier this year. It's a little up and down.
Yeah, rough.
Okay. All right. So tonight we are going to be drafting survivors for our unique survivor tribes based off of the categories and criteria that Grace is going to give us here in just a moment here on a busy Wednesday night. We've got the Summer of Survivor. We are live here in the chat, and then Jenny Autumn and I will be back together to talk about Claim to Fame Season 3 premieres tonight in its usual time slot, Wednesdays at 9. This week, it is not going up against Big Brother 26. And so Jenny and I will be live after the premiere of Claim to Fame coming up later on tonight. So put the coffee on, baby.
Yeah. So that all that is to say that once Big Brother starts next week, because I saw some scuttlebutt in the chat earlier as to what exactly happens starting next week. We will still be going live 7 p.m. Eastern on Wednesdays, but we have a hard out, as we like to say in the podcast biz, at 9 o'clock. So we'll get into this later on in the podcast when we're soliciting ideas, including for next week. Anything that should be suggested should be for podcasts that should be relatively contained within the 2-hour frame, because we should be in and out by the time Big Brother starts.
Yeah. And maybe we could jump on a little bit earlier if we ever have like a particularly lengthy episode to get to. But those are our time constraints on Wednesdays. And then for a regular time slot for Claim to Fame, probably those podcasts will go up on Thursday morning. All right. How you doing, Shannon? You okay?
No, I'm doing great. I'm just thinking about, it's such a fun thing that you've done, giving me and Mike a hard out, giving us a time limit. And it's good because we're not verbose people and we don't go off the rails. And this has all been very professional thus far. So I think that that's going to be a very easy task, and I'm excited to accomplish it.
Okay. We're going to be fine.
Diamonds are built under pressure, or pipes.
Mike Bloom, the original Down the Hatch had a time limit, did it not? That lasted.
Yes, we followed that to the letter and the law. The Survivor wish list had a time limit that we followed to the letter and the law.
That's right. You got it.
I'm really a constitutionalist when it comes to time limits on podcasts.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. So they're guidelines more than anything.
It's not guidelines. We Big Brother waits for no one.
Last week, Shannon and I got together with James Jones for a New Era think tank. And boy, that was only a week ago. That feels like a year ago at this point.
Damn, Rob, what have you been going through? Are you okay?
Well, I mean, it was a long. We had the 4th of July holiday, and so
it was
the
barbecues?
Fine. Yeah, very good. Had some nice family time. So it really feels like that was more than just a week ago after all that time away. But excited to be back together with the whole crew Was mothers versus moms, moms versus mothers? The
No,
last
the
one we all
bingo
did?
balls.
The bingo balls were
That was the
probably
last one that
time.
we all did together.
That's crazy.
Then we did Jeopardy, and maybe I should say that I was away on my 2-week victory lap Jeopardy tour. And now I'm finally back to bask in the glory. And then we did the quotable one-liners, which I'd say Shannon did with Chappelle and Puya. You two and James did the New Era Think Tank. So we're back
4
in
weeks
it.
ago. Yeah. All right. So we are back at it. And then later on tonight, we're going to discuss some ideas for next week's episode.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So, Grace.
Yes.
You
Explain
had
to
a
us like we're
task.
Rob.
Yeah, you had a task of giving some thought to categories of us to be drafting here tonight.
Yeah, I think the best analogy, Mike Bloom, I think has said it before, but the best way to look at this is like fantasy sports, but for Survivor. So this is a fantasy draft.
Which is a fairly high bar we're setting for the Survivor fandom, admittedly.
There's a small sliver of a Venn diagram that exists.
Oh, yeah.
there. Sports watchers and
Definitely.
Survivor
I mean,
watchers.
look, Peter has a fantasy
right.
football podcast.
Right.
But he wasn't going by Peter on the podcast. And then, so people didn't know they were listening to Peter. They knew they were listening to someone else.
What does he go by on the podcast?
Pistol. They all have nicknames.
Pistol Pete.
Pistol Pete.
That's that's patron game night, Australian Outback legend. Pistol
and
Pete.
birthday boy in the continental United States, I believe, Pistol Pete.
Wow.
Pistol Pete's birthday is tomorrow?
It's yesterday, but today's for you.
Today
guys.
for us.
Yeah. So happy birthday to Pistol Pete. I tried so hard to just not say Pistol until Rob had to actively ask what's the name. You could see how I was like, how do I do this without tell the story? But so he has a fantasy football podcast. I have the Survivor podcast. People listen to
Why
both
is he
without
Pistol
knowing.
Pete?
Pistol Pete is that speaks for itself, right? Pistol Pete.
It is a thing. I don't know like the etymology of Pistol Pete, but it's definitely like a thing.
Yeah.
I just don't know what it's from.
It's alliteration.
Does he have a 6-shooter?
No, I don't know what that is.
Perhaps a bit more of a Tommy gun.
Perhaps more of an American thing.
It's very ironic, that the Australian has a gun theme.
Yeah.
Or not the Australian. It's a gun themed nickname.
Well, anyway, the point is that people listen to his podcast, people listen to my podcast, and then years later, some people have been like, oh my God, I listened to both your podcasts and I've just worked out you're married. So all that to say, please, this is why it's going to be hard to stick to the time limit, but all that to say, I have to do well at a fantasy style drafting, which is hard given my draft experience thus far.
Yeah. Okay.
Grace, you were saying?
This is your warm up for 47 roll.
Pistol Pete is the nickname of 1970s basketball player Pete Maravich, is what I've learned is the etymology for Pete.
That's the etymology?
This is great. The time limit is gonna be it's gonna work.
Yeah, by the way, last week
through the
also we did a Survivor 50 draft. So drafting
that was last week.
Yeah.
Oh no, I was wearing that shirt. The same one. That was only 8 days ago.
That was about 8 days ago.
Oh God.
I feel like it's okay if you wear shirts in an 8-day cycle.
Can you blame me?
Yeah. That's
all I wear.
Okay, so in a sports fantasy draft, you can't just draft, like 12 quarterbacks. You draft a quarterback or two, and then you draft a wide receiver.
Yeah,
and
you have positions.
You have positions. So I've created categories, which you will be limited to anywhere between 6. There is 6 to 10. There is one larger category that I did
because you got to have a bench, Grace.
You have a bench.
The Sandra bench.
Is there an injured reserve? Could I put like Randon, Bruce? Both versus reserve.
Well,
a medevac person.
I do have a. So here's what I'll say. I have
Grace get through.
I have 6 categories. You're gonna draft a 6-person tribe. I think for the 3 of you, then that's like an 18-person season. I think you have to have gender parity in your tribe. So there is one category you'll have to be very mindful of this. I will tell you because if you can't be stuck with this category. Yeah, women. Yeah, women. So I have 6 categories. I will give them to you, and you probably want to write.
For me, Grace.
You probably want to write them down.
No, Shannon, you're gonna love this. Fantasy sports is all about drafting buff men, which is your MO when it comes to Survivor drafting.
Yeah.
Heyo.
And then I have some alt categories. If the 3 of you are feeling like I don't know about that one, Grace, like no, feel free to utilize your veto, and we'll sub in a different category. But I think the ones I have, I think are pretty good.
I trust you so much.
Would you like to start? Would you like me to start with the category? So you might want to write these down. I feel like because you have to draft per category.
Didn't bring paper. I literally thought, will I need paper for this?
If only you have a magic box in front of you that possesses a keyboard.
I'm gonna use my phone.
Okay, so name dropped a medevac contestant. That is one of the categories with a caveat. They cannot have returned or played in a second season.
One-time medevac players.
One-time medevac player. This is note the category where you don't want to get stuck with it because there's literally only one woman who fits this category.
Okay, I like this. I like this.
I'm not going to tell you who fits in each category. I think that the fun of it is that you folks
I can only
have to
think
try
of the
and
women, right?
think about it and do it. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Second category. There are exactly 9 people who hold the record for individual immunity wins, either for a man or a woman.
Okay.
So that is one of the categories.
Wait. There are 9 people who hold the record because they're
5
tied?
men, 4 women.
It's 5 men and 4 women. They're all tied. They're not.
So,
they don't have the same number.
The 5 men that have won 5 and the 4 women that have won 4.
Most immunity wins.
Okay.
Per gender.
Okay. Players who played the game when they were 20 years of age or younger.
Oh, Robin,
you know I don't love drafting youth.
Don't call it that.
Yeah, Mike, you give me the fun and category names for each category.
Okay, I like Robin, cute nicknames.
Yeah.
What about immunity record holder, Mike?
That's a good one. That's
good. We call them the necklace
people.
You just stop talking, Mike. You're okay.
All right, this is our largest category by far, but I think it's fun. I think you Olive will be able to have some room to. This is like a stacked category. I think these are people who have been amazing race contestants.
Okay.
Already stacked again in Mike's favor. I see how it is.
The racers.
Right. Rob also podcasts about the
Yeah. Grace, now can I ask you a question?
Yes.
So let's say hypothetically.
They could have played before or after. Is that your
let's say
question?
hypothetically, I drafted somebody who was
good question,
an amazing racer and an immune. I don't even know if it's possible.
You can.
But
it is
can
possible.
I move
and
them after I draft that person? Could I potentially take them out of my flex spot and put them into a different spot on my team?
You guys have this in NFL fantasy?
My instinct is to say yes because it creates a fun moment where you switch someone into a different category.
I don't know if that person is here. Actually, I think that there might be somebody I could think of.
But I'm not opposed to saying no. They have to lock in your.
No. I think it's fun. Let's move people around.
Okay,
it's really confusing.
Okay. Survivor contestants whose name starts with a Y or Z.
Oh, alphabet enders.
Alphabet enders. Yeah.
Wow, a lot of these people are like there's. I want to go first in these picks because there's like really clear people on the board first.
Yeah. So
then I'm getting a little confused.
And our final category, which is our smallest category of the night, which is people who have won the challenge Last Gasp.
Oh.
Okay.
So Y or Z of the first name.
Yeah, their first name. Yes. And I don't think anybody is a nicknamed person either. So I think think we're good. I think you can just Y or Z. Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm giving the Canadian one.
What about Yogurt Rodriguez from Survivor 47?
Yogi?
I'm giving the Canadian pronunciation of Z. Just so we know. Those are the 6 categories. Yeah. So
Jack Jarvis in the chat. How does someone win?
It's a great question. I do think it should be a
fan vote or throw them into a brand steal.
No, I think the fan vote. I'm also absolutely putting this into a brand steal, and we'll share the results on Twitter. But I do think fan vote is the way to go.
Can I say when we put it? Are we putting it on Twitter for a fan vote? It should be a blind vote because I think people will vote against my team for the lols.
We can do the lunch tables.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I think
the lunch tables have the category, or it's like which table would you sit at?
It's very good because I think that there's a difference between like if you just saw that player and we're like that person picked that player versus if you saw that they were like their name had to start with Y or Z. I feel like that's different. So we'll figure out how to. Maybe we can work on a little graphic and work with Sam more and get it, and it can be blind, but it will say all the information it needs to say.
Yeah,
Does that seem fair?
And so basically, again, for a little bit of the uninitiated, because we could kind of jump in. So right now, the 3 of us are going to draft tribes. We each have 6 picks, and each pick has to fall in one of these 6 categories. We have to, by the end of this, have 6 people to slot into this. So it is up to us as to when
something just clicked for you. What is it?
I understand what we're doing now. So that's
So if somebody takes somebody from a category, you cannot take that same person from that category. And if there are people, Rob, who do qualify for multiple categories, they cannot be drafted in the other category by someone else.
They're off the board. Yeah,
they're off the board.
They're off the board.
Yes.
Okay. All right. And how will the draft order be determined, Grace?
I have randomized it if you would like.
Ooh, yes.
I promise I did this randomly.
It is a snake draft.
We'll do a snake draft.
Or a rat draft.
A snakes and rats draft. The order will be Rob, Mike, Shannon, and then reversed in the second one.
Okay, perfect.
Okay.
Okay.
Any other questions?
Great. It was Rob, Mike, Shannon again. Has a randomizer ever picked? Okay, it's fine. I'm fine being. That's a fine position.
You get 3 and 4. Yeah.
It's fine. I'm fine with it. It's just funny that the randomizer as well is in on the bit.
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, I do. The one thing about draft podcasts that I think are sort of one of the banes of this is that people do not want to give away their strategy. I would encourage you to talk through as much as you can.
Yeah.
When you are thinking or drafting, if you're taking a specific person in a category because you think I don't want somebody else to have this person in the category, I would encourage you to voice that, even if it makes enemies of your co-drafters.
Okay. I'm ready to go.
Okay, Rob's up first.
Boom, boom, boom. All right, the card is in with the number 1 pick in the Summer of Survivor Fantasy Tribe Draft. Give me Jam.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a good call. I mean, presumably for now, you're placing him in names that start with the Y.
I'm gonna give him. I'm gonna put him in the he has some positional flexibility.
He does. He's a little bit of a Shohei Ohtani here.
Yes. I will put him in the last gasp winner.
Okay.
Fun.
Jam.
Okay. Love it. I mean, as you said, you can move him around if you would like, but a wonderful first pick, a delightful person. I think a winner of the game.
Friend of the pod.
A very good first pick. Yeah.
I think maybe one of the most recent players whose name starts with a Y or a Z as well.
Mm-hmm.
I just have the Taran strategy of the whole Wikipedia list of Survivor players in front of me.
I do think that's a smart because you blocked him from multiple I think you blocked him in a very small category and a category that I think potentially Y or Z is top heavy. I think it's at the bottom of the alphabet, but it's top heavy.
Mm-hmm.
I think, maybe. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, Mike.
Well, I will just go back to my beloved third corner of the big 3 of CBS. Let me go with Amazing Race contestant, and I will go with Natalie Anderson with my first pick.
Wow.
Okay.
Damn, that was a top 2 pick for me.
Yeah, I think I did not know if she'd come back around to me, especially with Shannon doing back-to-back picks, and I have some reserves for the other subjects, and so I thought this is, and with no offense to the other Amazing Racers, number 1 with a bullet, so I wanted to make sure I got her.
I think is interesting, Mike. I think Amazing Race contestants is probably the deepest category. We wanted like
it's a deep category, but I would say there's definitely an echelon of like, okay, there are Amazing Race alum that I think people would want to vote for, and maybe some other ones that could not necessarily. You'd have to draft last. It's like, okay, I guess welcome to my team, Whitney Duncan.
Okay. Fair enough. All right, good pick. Back-to-back winners. Off the board. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Shannon, you have back-to-back picks here. Yeah.
I know who I want, but unfortunately, they are both men.
So weird.
They're both great picks.
She's married to a pistol. What makes you feel that it's weird?
Pistol Pete.
Mm-hmm.
Like the second pick, it's like I could fall back to me, but it's such a good pick. But then I feel like I'm just going for what I want. It's like I see the shiny thing and I'm like, yes. I should be giving you my strategy, as Grace asked so kindly. Well, with the first pick, I will take Yule. I'm gonna do it.
Yule.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna be like Reddit in 2020 and just say Yule over and over.
I think it's still lingered. I think the tail is very long on Yule.
I'm not a Reddit anymore.
On the Yule
but good.
meme.
I'm glad. Okay, so that's in Yule. I mean, great pick. Name starts with a Y, right?
Yes.
His name does start with a Y. It is an eligible pick. That's correct.
And people like look at the chat, all saying Yule.
Just saying Yule.
I appreciate that. Incredible. That was my first pick off the board that I wanted. Natalie Anderson was second. So I was like, do I go for the Amazing Race category and pick like, should I say, really? Am I going to give it away, Grace?
You should. I mean, you should. Yeah, you should pick. Yeah, you should go.
No, I don't want to go. My strategy that but then it's like I should go. Should I take the female one-time medevac because I know I'm going to be struggling for women?
I feel like that is, and I actually don't know what to do if you get stuck. Like if that person is gone and you're stuck with that category, so
you're gonna have to trade out one of your other people.
I do think you would have to do that. Yeah, you'd have an ineligible player, and you'd have.
Can you confirm for me that person is Courtney Moon?
It is Courtney Moon. Yeah, yeah.
Who are some of the other good people in that category?
No, doing the podcast for you.
I'm on the Wikipedia list of all the players. Command effing 20, so I can see who's 20 or younger. But that's hard because it's like the season aired in 2010, 2011, etc., etc.
If you Google Survivor players under the youngest Survivor players,
then the SWAT team will come to your house.
You get a pretty good and accurate list, I shall say, Shannon.
Yeah. Oh God, don't do that. Okay, I don't. But can you guys filibuster while I command F20 again? No?
Okay, so Shannon has taken Yule off the board.
So we have our first round right now.
Yeah.
Rob has taken Jam Jam. I've taken Natalie Anderson. Shannon has taken Yule. 3 winners. The streak continues.
This is good because people in the chat are like, I showed up late and I don't know what's happening. So this is actually great. Shannon, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt here, which is that the 3 of them are casting 6-person tribes. Each person from their tribe must fit one of the 6 categories, which are individual immunity, record winner. It says individual immunity winner. That's
oh my God, imagine that.
And then players under the age of 20 when they played, amazing race contestants, name starts with a Y or Z, non-returning medevac contestant, or winner of last gasp. You have to have gender parity, 6-person tribe. That's what we were doing.
Come on, up the teenagers.
Please don't say it that way.
Not a lot of great options. To be honest, no one who grabbed me.
Thank goodness.
Please stop. What is the through line of this podcast? Let's end it right now. I will take Courtney Moon because I feel like it opens me up.
MON, that spells Courtney.
Oh my God, is that the Strand reference?
I would love to see the reaction.
They've brought it back since then.
I guess that's true.
I would love to see the reaction of people trying to guess how the draft order went. Jam Jam, Natalie, Yule, Courtney.
Courtney Moon.
What I want to
Legendary.
No.
All right, a good pick. I think it's a good strategy.
The Anakin and Padme meme of the draft went Jam Jam, Natalie, Yule, Courtney, right?
Right.
Courtney. Look, Courtney Yates, right?
I've played a lot of Supercoach. You can't just have all primos on your team. I understand you need to have some rookies that are really cheap so that you can fill up the rest of your draft board with more expensive picks. This opens me up to a wealth of expensive men. So
just
like you went full bloom one time and you have just been stuck in this mode ever since.
Stop and don't listen to the podcast.
Just like we all predicted, Shannon would be open up to some expensive men.
Right. All right, much like we're creating lists of castaways, Shannon will wind up on some sort of list by the end of this podcast.
But if you keep saying it over and over, then of course my phone is going to hear you and do it.
All right. Shannon drafted Yul Kwan with name that starts with a Y or Z, and then Courtney Moon as a non-returning medevac contestant. Basically, meaning you have to take a woman, Rob Mike, in another category, unless there is one that I'm missing that I don't think I'm missing. But Mike Bloom, it is your turn to draft.
Okay, so I'm on one category, and I'm between a couple names, and I'm really going back and forth between the two. So I will say it's Y or Z, and it is between a Y and a Z. And it's tough because I'm trying to get like wish list Mike out of the brain because there's one person that we've talked about a lot that I'm thinking about, but I'm wondering would it pass the smell test of a vote?
It's Eve Rojas.
I love me some Eve Rojas. Okay. I'll never forget the double boot from Survivor Nicaragua.
Yeah, Mike is maybe the best suited for this guy, having just like doing the Survivor wish list.
Yeah,
I mean, in fairness, he was the best suited before the wish list.
That's true as well.
It only made him stronger.
I will take. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna go for the flavor of it. Give me Yao Man.
Okay, very fun pick. A great pick.
If maybe.
Rob will need well, unless he can move. He can move Jam Jam. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, man is a great choice. It's a great choice. Mike.
There we go. I got the Brando support. That's all that matters to me.
I don't think I said this. Did I shout out that Lindsay Wilson helped me come up with these categories? Did I say that? Yeah.
Shout out Lindsay Wilson.
I did pull in a ringer. I also asked Josh Wiggler today because Rob sent me a message last night saying make sure the categories are specific and weird. And so I asked Josh to just gut check the categories, and he said, "What about chefs?" And I said, "There's only 3 of them." Whoever played.
Wow.
You
know what?
Competitive.
That
next
in
time,
these fantasy drafts,
Jonas
the position
Jonas
scarcity,
and Mike Barassi.
Yeah, like really, like people are, like I gotta move fast on Barassi,
All men too.
I think
like
having gotten
a mean
Courtney
motor
Moon
scooter,
drafted,
gotta
I
go
feel
downtown to Chinatown.
I feel like it's weird. So I'm happy with where we've landed. All right, Yao Man off the board. Rob, you have 2 picks back to back.
2 picks back to back. Okay, so I have one that I have a locked in one.
Ooh.
Okay, I feel like Shannon. I have the one that is the easy one.
So meanly. Listen to me. I feel like Shannon. It's fine. Give it to the people, Rob.
Okay. So here's my one that's a lock. I'm gonna go with my dear friend, Jenna Maraska.
I kind of wanted to leave her to you as well. Like, it wouldn't feel right if Shannon or I took Jenna.
Yes. Again, some positional flexibility here for Jenna Maraska, both an immunity record holder and an amazing race contestant.
Very
correct. Rob really put the positional scarcity, the opposite.
I love that.
Positional flexibility, I think, is what
I love that. Where
you're a regular Debbie Wanner.
What?
She has all these jobs.
She moves around a lot. Different jobs.
Not what I thought you meant by positional flexibility.
Oh, you're talking about her sex life?
Yeah.
Yeah, why are you?
Next time a whole category is going to be Debbie Wanner job.
Oh, definitely Red Lobster waitress would be my top pick.
All right, Jenna Maraska off the board.
That's why I always end up at some point in the fantasy season having Taysom Hill on my team. It's like,
exactly. He'll get a touchdown.
You could put him at tight end, but he also could throw a pass.
I know what a tight end is.
Yeah, you do.
Team. Debbie was the whole reason I'm a podcaster, so don't say anything about Debbie.
Yeah, Jenna very close, as some people are pointing out. She's very close to a 3 category person, but she was 21.
21 would have been helpful. There's a lot of good options for 21. 20 and under, really tough, I find.
It's almost like the point was to make the categories.
Yeah, great. Thought you were helping us out.
All right, Rob, you got the turn for round 3.
Yeah, I got the turn, and so I've got the Let me just I'm like Googling some things on the fly also.
Yeah, we're all gonna wind up on
exactly.
I'm happy to answer
now
some
we'll
questions too,
some
if
ages.
you'd like. Yeah,
exactly.
So it's so crazy. It's most immunity wins in a single season.
It's a single season immunity, individual immunity record holder for both the men and the. You either hold the men's record or you hold the women's record, basically.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And I also, so.
Where are you guys finding this? It kind of feels like a Googling challenge. Like, I'm not on the right stuff. Yeah. Okay, Mike knows.
Brain.
Okay, Mike, well done. Well done.
Much like another Stephen King product of Lawnmower Man, I have a computer inside my head.
Yeah.
I hate you.
And so I need to also then remember, I got to get my gender equality here.
Yes.
Okay. So I think I'm going to end up, I had the positional flexibility here with Jenna Maraska. I think I'm going to end up losing it now because I think I'm going to lock in my amazing race contestant with another woman that I played Survivor with. And I'm going to
You didn't play with Whitney Duncan.
No, she does
That would match the draft order. How that would
I'm going to go with Amber.
Yes,
Amber. I believe was she Burkich at the time or
it was odd because they did get married. The special did air, but I think she still went by Amber Burkich at the time.
Okay, so a fellow young woman from the Keystone State. Give me Amber Mariano to slot into my amazing race slot.
Strategically, I have everyone else who's ever competed on the Amazing Race.
True.
So I'll take that last.
And what
that's
I like
valid.
about
Yeah,
that,
you can save it for last.
The only thing, Shannon, is that if there is somebody who is eligible for a different category, they could get sniped still. So you have to be. But the odds are that they won't. So yeah.
Natalie and Amber both can't shift. My person, I don't think can shift. So I'm gonna pick them last, even though they were my next pick after you.
Okay.
Really happy about how that went.
Rob, you picked. I like the Amber, but I think Amber is a little underrated as a pick.
A little underrated. 3 winners so far on my team.
There we go.
Not a goal of the draft, but sure.
No, I mean, getting the winner who's the one-time medevac is going to be tough.
The one-time medevac, yeah.
We'll see.
That's,
maybe a future winner.
The tricky part.
Yeah.
But let's see.
Okay. All right. A good turn. Jenna Maraska and Amber Burkich Mariano. All right, Mike, you are back up.
I love the solidarity that Rob showed in supporting his fellow contestant in the Amazon. Not only because
and in the All-Stars.
And in All-Stars. Not only just because I do enjoy Rob looking back fondly upon the year 2003, but because it firmly opens up the category of most immunity winners for, to me, a lock-in candidate. Give me Kim Spradlin.
No, that was my next pick. Damn you, Mike Bloom.
It's a great pick.
That's my name. I was waiting.
And I feel like of all the 9 people, I feel like Kim is the one that people forget about.
It's almost
most.
like that you feel like that maybe Courtney Moon would have lasted.
No, it's not, because now I have to take a man in that category. So
yeah.
Okay. Well, all right. So Kim Spradlin goes to Mike.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, unfortunate for me. That wrecks everything. Stupid draft order.
It's almost like these are designed to be competitive.
Sam, are you keeping track of this?
I also have
it's being posted in the chat.
Great. All right. Okay.
I have a spreadsheet here as well. Yeah. All right, Shannon. Well, you're up with the turn. Double pick.
Stop it. Everything's.
Do we filibuster
Stop
again?
It. Yeah. Stop.
God
what?
Damn,
Picking?
that's painful. That was Mike. That was everything. Should I have taken Kim first?
How dare you all pick the best people on the board?
Would you guys have taken Courtney Moon had I left it?
No,
probably not. No.
Oh God, I drafted bad. I might be a bad drafter.
I think I might have seeded like the one woman in the category thing too much, Shannon. I apologize. Next time we do this, I promise.
Shannon was left on auto draft. She had to get up and do something, and it accidentally picked Courtney Moon.
Yeah.
I only Googled the most challenge wins after, and then Kim stood out. So
both Survivor One World Legends, right?
Worst to
this
first.
Is like reverted, and finally Courtney gets drafted first. So it's great news.
Well, it's hard because, I'm definitely taking Tom Westman in these 2 picks, but I was going to take Tom Westman as a winner in Last Gasp.
Yep.
If I take Tom Westman in Last Gasp,
you have some flexibility.
And then take a male immunity challenge winner.
Yeah.
Then I can't have my Amazing Race person that I wanted. That would be hurtful.
Oh, because those would be your 3 guys.
Yeah. Or
Wigglesworth.
Yeah.
Or Chrissy.
These are human beings. Chrissy, yeah, but I was about to have Kim, so it's hard to. I think I'm gonna have to. I think I will take Kelly Wigglesworth with the Joe stuff and.
Mana.
Yeah. The men just looking really good.
Whoa.
Shannon, I don't know if you heard, but there's a time limit on the podcast. Is it hard out?
No, there isn't.
We're good. It's 7:50.
We're actually doing great on time. I don't know.
Yeah, we might be able to run this
back. We gotta talk about what we're gonna do next week.
I was gonna say, Jason, if you have 6 more categories, you might be able to run it back into another one.
Yeah, true.
Don't threaten me with a good time. Let's do those chefs. No. Okay, I'll take Tom Westman.
Okay.
You have flexibility here because you could move Tom from one category to another.
Yeah, but I'm about to lock it out. I think.
Well, that's fair.
It's like
I forgot you have another big.
Because I really want Ethan, right?
Yeah.
But maybe do I have to sacrifice Ethan? Who are really good women, Mike, who play The Amazing Race? Come on, Mike. Tell me.
Okay.
Don't make me Google things all the time.
Wow. Who would have thought the Jenna and Ethan pair could be the Amazing Race?
And then you could stick with your own tribe, pick Eliza or Corinne if you'd like to. Laura Bonham is up there.
Wow, thank you for the help, Mike.
Yeah.
You've been so
Could
helpful.
be a lock to win the fan vote at that point.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mike. Wow, what a
Hey, if you pick Eliza, you'd have her supporting you staunchly on Twitter. So
can I pick my cat Eliza? You don't have other women who played Amazing Race for me?
I have
Whitney
the
Johnson?
list. I mean,
Yeah, Grace. Let me. What's the list? Come on, help the
that's
chat
not,
wants
like,
to know.
I mean,
I don't think that's fair. That
Yeah. I think
I can Google
I don't have any
you
running
have a
backs. What
magic
running
box
backs
in
are
front of you.
there? It's like you have a list.
We all have information. We can all Google these things, but it's like, is that good podcasting? All of us just frantically Googling.
I mean, isn't that what this is?
Yes, it seems to be. I haven't Googled the Amazing Race people because I had Ethan locked in, but then Mike took him.
The Y or Z is first name only. First name Y or Z.
Yeah.
First name only. Yeah.
I'll trade you for Kim. Do you want Courtney Moon? Mike?
Ooh, trades. Love it. I love trades.
No.
Do you want Yule and Courtney Moon?
No.
2 for 1. I like that.
No, because I have Yao Man, because then that would Yule would be useless.
Mike's gonna win again.
To
I
me.
truly hate
very
you.
good.
I bet it all on Yule. He was like an $800,000 pick, and
I think you bet it all on Courtney Moon, actually.
No, Courtney was my rookie.
Yeah.
You need rookies.
You shoot the moon.
Mm-hmm.
You need a rookie, but you don't need to draft a rookie in the second round.
It opened me up to expensive picks, but those picks got taken.
Yeah, you know what they say? Shoot for the stars, and worst case, you hit the moon.
You hit the Courtney Moon.
Yeah,
All right.
that's what happened. That's what happened. I don't want to have to lose Ethan, and it seems like those female picks there was no better than that. Okay, give me. I just hate all of it. Kelly Wigglesworth.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
That's fine.
Individual
I hate my
immunity
team.
winner.
Okay.
I want
Record
Kim.
holder.
I saw her. She was right there.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm sorry you got the third pick in the draft and ended up in this position.
You should be really sorry.
I am. All right, Mike, you are back up. Just to cover, you have Kim Spradlin, an immunity record holder, Natalie Anderson, an Amazing Race contestant, and Yao Man as a contestant whose name starts with Y or Z. Doesn't start with a Z, but yeah, what do you got?
Well, I will go to Last Gasp, and let's talk about a dear friend of mine, dear friend of the podcast, someone who played Last Gasp so recently he broke the challenge. Give me Owen Knight.
Birthday boy?
Birthday. Is it his birthday too? Oh my God. Pistol Pete and Owen Knight have the same birthday.
I know, isn't that amazing?
Twins.
That is fun.
I haven't messaged Owen. I'll do that now on the podcast.
A great pick, Mike, I think, going with Owen.
Yeah, I think I wanted to fill out that category since, to your point, Grace, this now is, and now I think actually, if it's the flex spot, right, of Jam Jam, if Rob doesn't draft a Last Gas person, then that will be the category filled out.
That's right. Yeah.
Owen was someone I obviously was looking at, but then too many men. So I basically chose Ethan over Owen.
Okay, is there a way that Rob could take Ethan right now? I don't think so.
Don't do that.
That would have been very.
No, because I don't know where Amber would go. Because I think
only
Amber
if you let it be last name Z.
I don't.
Amber was like 21, I think, when she was on.
She's 22, I think. I just looked it up.
A
little older
you're right.
than I thought. Yeah.
She's 22.
All right, Rob, you are up on the turn. 2 picks.
Yeah, this is tough. So I have an immunity record holder.
Mm-hmm.
I have an amazing racer.
Yes.
And I have a Last Gasp winner
with some flex.
I do have some flex here. Interesting.
Josh Kettles in the chat said that Courtney Moon will win me the draft with all the gatekeeping stands who will be voting on Twitter. It's true. They love nobody pre-merge women.
Oh, gotcha. That you like sort of picked one for.
They'll be like Slay Queen Mother Courtney Moon.
That's right. That's right.
That was
I
my
believe that's her
strategy
formal
all
title.
All right. Then how about, so I think I'm going to actually take advantage of some of this positional flexibility.
As you should.
You just want to.
I just want to.
Yeah, you just think it's cool.
Yeah. And I'm going to go with give me there's somebody I would have taken, but I know Mike Bloom was not fond of them from our recent podcast. So I will go with give me Carla Cruz Godoy.
That's it. Oh, interesting. Yeah. I
was not fond of them.
I know it was a Brenda reference.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I'm like of Carla. But anyway, good luck on Twitter, Rob. That's a good pick.
Yes. Okay.
Twitter's gonna love it.
So moving Jam over to Y
So moving
or Z.
Jam over. I add another woman to my team.
Can I see your notepad that you're writing on? It feels like you've just got a whole Jeff
So
Probst
I
style
write on a lot of
whiteboard.
index cards. My whole room is filled with index cards.
Rob, you are.
Do you throw them away when you're done with them, like Jedediah Atkinson?
Including this one is a note that I passed to Dominic, who was here just staring at me for a couple of minutes before. I wrote to him, "You okay?" And he wrote, "Yeah, I'm just watching."
Rob, can you mail that to somebody in the chat? I feel like that's a prized possession. I feel like that's very.
Wait, what did Rob's
part
part say? What did Rob's part say? I didn't say it. I didn't see it. What did Rob's part say?
Yeah, it did. It's
You
hard to
okay?
read, but it says you okay.
Oh, you okay? Oh my god!
I'm just watching.
So cute.
Yeah, but he's not here anymore. Okay.
Oh.
We have a 1,000-piece puzzle we're working on in the other room.
Oh,
Okay.
that's fun.
It's of pasta.
Okay, that sounds really hot.
Like various types or just one big fettuccine?
Lots of different pasta, Mike. It's a whole spread. Okay.
Love it.
Wow.
I'm going to go with a person that I always enjoy hearing from this person. They are under 20 years old.
Mm-hmm.
A recent Survivor player. Give me Sammy.
Sammy Liotti.
Sammy.
Yeah, that's good.
The pet cremator himself.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so, Rob, you've almost written out your team. What you've been left with is that you'll have the last pick of the draft, and you'll be drafting a non-returnee medevac contestant out of whoever's left. So that's the that's the position. That's the risk you've taken here.
That's the
but
risk
Sammy's
I've
a great
taken.
Sammy's a great pick.
Mhm.
Okay, so question for you, Grace.
Yeah.
About this pesky little medevac category.
Yes.
So when you mean returning, do you mean they didn't return after they got medevaced?
I guess I mean they are a one-time player.
They've been on the show one time.
So they've only played once. Okay. So like Terry Dietz, Eric Reichenbach, they don't count.
Like Penner doesn't count. Yeah.
Penner doesn't. Yeah. Well, Penner came back after he got. That was my question. Was like Eric Reichenbach last time he played, he got medevaced.
Does not count.
Okay.
As Jeff Probst would say.
One appearance, one medical evacuation.
That's right.
Okay.
I think the others would have been very mad at me if I if I sneakily made the other ruling. So
well, I was ready because I one of the categories that we gave to you, Grace, as an example was Canadians, and I was already ready to swoop in with the trick category of Todd Herzog, who is a Canadian citizen technically.
Yes, there's some fun. There's some fun people who like secretly have. Apparently, Kel Gleason from Survivor Australia has Canadian citizenship. I learned that by Canadian was also one of the backup categories I had. So
yeah, then I could have not drafted Marianne, and then she could have been mad at me again.
Yeah.
Stop trying to cheat the system, Mike. Actually, just draft what the categories present.
Yeah, Mike, can't take so long with your draft choice.
Oh
yeah,
of
Mike.
course. All right, so I'll go with my medevac here. And there's lots to choose from. I will go, I think. Why the hell not? I feel like, honestly, my team has become low-key team rooting for Asians. So give me Bruce Canagai.
Okay.
Yeah, that's good. That I would have taken Bruce with my pick.
Canagai, get a Bruce Canagai?
Yeah, I mean, listen, he was in an immense amount of pain, but I will continue to say it's the funniest episode of Survivor of all time. He was medevac for one of the wildest reasons of severe constipation, and it led to some absolutely incredible stuff. Plus, Bruce himself is a wild character between straining water through t-shirts, between doing Coach Chi before it was Coach Chi, between the rock garden. So, yeah, I'm happy to add Bruce on here.
Okay, a fun pick. I thought you were going to try to get some positional flexibility and draft Mike Barassi, who's also a chef. But
that's a surprise 7th category.
Barassi's barbecue.
Yeah, Barassi's barbecue. I forgot about Barassi's barbecue.
Remember that?
That's a throwback. All right, that leaves Shannon. You get 2 picks. You're going to round out your team. You're going to be the first person to round out your team.
I'm finally now sorting by
What if
age.
you didn't take Ethan's?
Yeah, can you even know? Like this is a Guns and Rookies strategy where it's all on a couple of big names to bring home the points.
Guns and Rookies.
Oh,
That's like a challenge season.
Oh boy, it's pistol versus.
Do we have like captains,
Yeah,
where like we can double the
Austin
chances.
hated Pistol Pete, by the way.
Oh yeah, exactly. Just was cowering in the shelter the entire time when he faced him on the basketball court.
I don't think you have I think you can have an honorary captain, Shannon, if you'd like.
Courtney
mine's
Moon.
probably going to be Ethan, given
No,
that
Courtney
I've
Moon.
given
Courtney Moon is your
everything to
captain.
Ethan. I'm looking at the under 20 women that I can have. There's some good people. Feels like I
Leonardo
stepped in
DiCaprio.
Yeah. Oh boy.
This is exactly. It's really weird to be just sorting it truly by age.
There's a literally.
Okay, I never
Lindsay,
found the list.
Lindsay messaged me and said, "I forgot who Jessica Pete was," and thought you made her.
How
up,
dare
but,
you?
Yeah,
Jessica
like
Pete,
my
the AI
options are-
contestant.
I
Kelly
think there's. Yeah.
Bayla. These are my picks, but I'm just giving names.
Mm-hmm.
Because it doesn't matter. This is my last. Bayla. Nat 10, obviously. I feel like that's probably the go-to. But Jessica Pete. She came, but that's it. Another one for her.
Pistol Pete.
Pistol Pete.
There you go. So maybe it is written in the stars. And Julia Sokolowski.
Julia Sokolowski.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm firstly going to take Ethan, so he's not like the last pick, even though he could be. I've given it all for you, Ethan. Can someone inform him?
Yeah,
we'll
he's
let
more
him
of a Mr. Irrelevant than, I don't think there's any dishonor in being the last pick of this draft.
Exactly.
Yeah. Ethan, I hope it was worth it. People vote for Ethan and Yule. That's what I put it
And
all
Yule
on.
what?
And Yule be satisfied. Okay. Why? I'll take Nat 10. I feel like that's the go-to.
I think it's a good pick.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Okay.
She,
Nat 10's a good one. Nat 10's a good one. Nat 10
I mean,
plus
she
9
didn't
with
get
her
voted
age.
in 2 second chances, but I'm hoping the vote goes a little better
True.
this
So,
time around.
Shannon has rounded out her team. I think we'll save the recap of the team for once we're done this round. So I think that leaves Mike with your last pick.
Yeah, so obviously I have a little, cornered right now. I have one category left, which is 20 or younger. I have one gender left, which is a woman. So I'm really between 2 at the moment. And which one do I want to go for?
I mean, you could talk it through. We don't have to.
Yeah. So the 2 that I'm between right now are Purple Kelly and Julia. Purple Kelly, I think, ironically enough, given her edit, is the more remembered contestant.
Also,
but
Slay Queen Mother.
Exactly. But I feel like Julia Sokolowski is a low-key Slay Queen Mother. Not to reveal too much about my podcast for the wish list for Co-Wrong, but I do feel like for a while, Julia Sokolowski was in the conversation as like one of the best teenagers to play. I think she was someone that was like low-key a very solid person in Co-Wrong. They just ended up on the wrong side of the votes and was eventually taken out. But I do need a bit of a wild card here. I'm really am back and forth right now. I feel like, to your point, Shannon, either one of these is going to fill out the Slay Queen Mother slot, which is sort of like an undercover slot on my team. So I will ultimately go with, you know what? I didn't put her on the wish list, so let me give her due now. I'll take Purple Kelly.
Fun. Okay. Purple Kelly.
Can milk her own milk.
Mm-hmm.
I'm surprised she wasn't on the wish list.
We put Nayanka on, but I think Purple Kelly does, and she does want to come back too.
Well, she probably should
that
have thought about that.
Yeah.
No.
All right, Rob.
She was asking Purple Kelly if she wants to come back.
You're going to draft Mr. Irrelevant here, right? It's going to be Mr. Irrelevant. Yeah.
Yeah. Can I tell you something, Shannon? So, on God, okay? So, picture it. I don't remember what Survivor finale this is at. I'm at the after party. I'm talking to Lynn Spillman.
Ooh.
Lynn Spillman comes to me. She's like, hey, Rob, that girl that's out there, out on the balcony, I need you to find out. I want to recruit her for the show, but is that Purple Kelly?
No. Is this the first time you're ever telling the story?
I think I might have told it on the Patreon feed.
Wait, what finale? What finale was this?
I don't remember. So Lynn Spillman was gone by 20.
She was up by 38.
I want to say like Ghost Island or something like that.
Wow.
I want to recruit this girl, but she may or may not have already.
Was it Purple Kelly?
This is how
Was it Purple Kelly? Yeah.
Some people we're just are gonna are doomed to you either learn from your mistakes or you're doomed to repeat them.
Well,
That's
did you hear the Gabriel Cade story that allegedly after he was on Marquesas, he auditioned for the show again and nobody recognized him until he actually got into the room and they're like, wait, weren't you on the show before?
I just want to put
is that apocryphal? Is that real?
She said it. So
okay.
When did Gabriel Cade say that? On what
there's a little thing called the quarantine questionnaire that has been my Bible for the entirety of these wishlist podcasts.
Okay. Well,
I believe it was Purple Kelly.
Well, and I'm just saying, imagine being Lynn Spillman, casting Survivor during the MACTA era. And anyone could be Purple Kelly. Like that's very scary. That's a tough, because that's kind of obviously the archetype
she could. All she needs to do is just dye her hair, and she basically is like Clark Kent and Superman.
All she needs to do is Google Purple Kelly. She just walks around with a picture of Purple Kelly. Like, are you Purple Kelly?
We don't know that she hasn't been on the show again. We don't know.
That's true.
You can't prove it.
Is Jessica P. Purple Kelly?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Who knows? Okay.
All right, Rob.
All right. I got one pick left. One-time medevac. I was going to take Bruce Kenegai. I could go with his spiritual successor in Joe Del Campo.
The number 1 to his number 2.
Someone asked earlier.
Who does number 2 work for?
Somebody asked earlier, is this real? Are we driving? I was like, no, the wish list is real. As I very much heard you loud and clear on the halftime show, if you're too old to go on the show, you're not making it.
Can I just say
here?
Whatever. Kenegai, Mike, can you swap someone on your team to get Eliza and then have Eliza and Purple Kelly? Because I just want to watch that.
Oh, that's true.
That's something. Because what can be the drama? We have to think about how these
tribes. You have to trade out Kim Spradlin or Natalie Anderson. Which one are you going to
trade out Kim Spradlin, and then once she's on the bubble,
Natalie's going to cause the drama. Natalie is like an auto lock on my team.
Yeah. And that's the only category that Eliza is eligible for.
Yeah, but if you take out both, then we could swap. We could trade. It would be good. Think about it.
But then also let's throw some more spiciness in there. I force them to throw a challenge and see how it all reacts.
Wow, you got.
Yeah, you are also all on the beach while this is happening. Yeah. You're there. You're stirring up drama and coaching them on. All right, Rob.
I think it's gonna be fun. Think about Ethan.
I don't have a lot of options.
So I can tell you exactly how many options you have.
I know. I could tell. I also can tell myself how many options there are. There are not. It's bleak.
There are 8 options, Rob.
Yeah, there are 8 options. I could talk them through.
Yeah, talk them through.
One-time male medivacs. Okay, I'll go from most recent to. Okay, so we have Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Is that a
Pat
medevac?
Cusack.
Yep, Pat's tweaked specs already.
I think for the Wandoff bump, you may have to go with it.
Yeah.
That could be good. And then if we get Jessica Pete, we could just start doing the whole booth.
When is Jessica Pete coming? She's already here. Purple Kelly's already been cast.
Trade, Mike.
Yeah. Okay. I've got the ice cream maker.
Randon. The chat saying Randon.
You did.
Oh, Randon. Interesting.
Randon.
You skipped him. You skipped him like his nerve skipped his arm.
Sorry. You know what? Did I skip him or did the Survivor Wiki skip him?
Survivor Wiki, you're very important to this endeavor. Please get it together.
Yeah. Okay. They did. He's updated in the text, but not in the photo. Okay.
Gotcha.
Right.
Cool.
So Randon is interesting. Then we have also Shamar
Thomas. Yep.
We have Mike Barassi, a Mean Motor Scooter.
I honestly think that's where
Motor Scooter. Yeah.
Yes. People are saying I forgot Matthew from season. Matthew is not listed as a medical evacuation.
Matthew is technically counted by the show's circumstances as a quit, much like Dana from season 25.
Well, I guess Papa Smurf must be also too.
Met Papa Smurf as well. It was this idea where it was, hey, you can keep going from a medical perspective, but it's advised that you leave the game if you value your long-term health.
Joe Dowdle.
Yeah, Joe Dowdle. Yeah.
And I believe that's all that's available to me.
That's the 8 contestants who are left. Yeah.
So I guess I'm between Randon and Barassi.
How is that even a question? I think you should be allowed Matthew with Eliza. That's my first thing. I think we should be getting these dynamics onto the tribe. But if you're choosing really between Randon and Mike Barassi, like Randon seemed like he'd be a good player. But Mike Barassi is iconic.
Yeah, Mike Barassi almost died in Schwergenbrawl. He was almost the first victim.
Yeah, I'm leaning towards Barassi. The thing that's giving me pause is, does Randon get like the Venus bump for being the one person that works with Venus?
Wow, that's so tenuous. and possibly like fair, but it's sad that like, okay, so he spoke to Venus. I've spoken to Venus.
I think
Mike,
aren't Mike Barassi and Venus close friends? I think they're.
Yeah,
I saw
are,
them. Yeah, they're tight.
She actually said that Mike Barassi is the reason she went on the show.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
He
To
inspired
redeem
her,
Mike
so-
Barassi.
She said, "I'm a
Mhm.
meaner motor scooter.
Yeah.
That's what I think what Tevin said.
I'm gonna take him down. I'm gonna take him down to the Empire
I'll take
State
him
Building."
downtown to Chinatown.
Just remember in the
Mike
chat,
Barassi attended the Survivor edition of The Price is Right on May 23rd, 2016.
He did not get into the building.
Lauren's asking, you mentioned Neil. Rob mentioned every eligible medevac who has not returned. Yeah.
No lending to Pat. I feel like Pat could be someone that could be fun to put in there.
Look at this stat. Mike is the only Mike to not reach the finale episode of the season. Is that in?
That's
in
crazy.
in
Mike
all
blew.
seasons?
Wow,
my
I
gosh.
count as well. I've been to a couple of finales, so I have also reached the Survivor
I
finale.
don't think it's going
Lindsay
to the
was doing
finale.
some fun, like trying to dig and find some categories. She learned that this wouldn't have worked, but I believe Natalie Anderson is the only. Is he the only woman in the winner of the first 40 seasons not to play with Boston Rob? Is that true? I guess they played.
Yeah, I think
winners
there's
that works,
there's only like a handful of people who have never played on a season with Boston Rob in the first 40 seasons.
Yeah.
Wow.
If you think about
It
it,
should be noted, yeah.
All the winners
There
in
is
All-Stars
a
and Winners at
Mike that
War.
we try to forget about. Oh, he did reach the finale episode in Philippines, but the first
Wait,
time.
no,
he
that's
won.
not right. Natalie Anderson.
I don't know.
has played with
I'd
Boston
like to
Rob.
fact check that.
Sorry, Natalie
No,
White is what I
Natalie
meant.
White, but
Natalie
Amelia has,
White
like,
is the
just
only female winner
odd-
across the first 40 seasons who never
female winner,
competed
okay.
against
Yeah,
Boston
yeah,
Rob.
okay.
Yeah.
Odd
Can I
ball.
also just get a price check on Young Huang, aka Wu? Would that have been valid?
Right,
Yeah,
because that was his Christian name was Young.
Yes.
Oh.
Use this in the category that you have.
No, I'm just asking for a fact check.
And I will
just
say
in time
now
now.
that the category's expired, back in my Y or Z pick, I was between Yao Man and Zeke, and I feel bad that Zeke was unfortunately not picked.
Yeah, I was thinking of Zeke earlier also,
What about
but I
why?
ended up moving Jam
Why are we doing
around.
this?
I probably would have allowed Woo, but
Okay.
you know.
All right. Just look,
Okay, good to know.
you know, Captain Loophole over here. So
Oh, there we go.
I'm gonna go with give me a mean motor scooter. I
Yeah.
can't talk about going downtown to Chinatown
So
without
good,
a
yeah.
smile. Give it up for
Pretty-
Mike Barassi.
All right, Venus stands. You know what to do. Your
Yeah.
boy is on the ballot.
No,
All right,
come for Rob. He didn't take Randon, and Randon knew Venus once. So.
All right. I think I've listened to a lot of draft podcasts. I don't think there's a perfect way to do this, but I think the best way for podcast listeners, especially, is for you each to recite your team and which category they're in. I think that gives the most yes, Rob did this. Otherwise, I'm just going to be listing things
Yeah.
and names.
Okay, no, that's good. That's a good quiz of myself.
Yes. So Rob, you just wrapped up with a pick. You want to recount your team?
Yes. Okay. My one-time medevac is the mean motor scooter, Mike Barassi. Okay.
Did we have a theme song for Barassi's barbecue?
Yeah, I believe there was.
I believe
Yeah,
there
it
was
was
a-
more so. Yeah, I think it was more so like Will from America just kind of like chanting over music.
Can I say, before I podcasted, I was part of the team that came up with Barassi's barbecue.
Wow.
And
Wow.
is that why I got
Link
the
to fame.
podcast role?
Put that on the
Or-
resume.
Also,
Yeah.
the Survivor Devil.
That was
Wow.
you?
Yeah,
Oh my god.
I
Amazing.
know. Invisible string, Mike.
Let's
me and you.
see.
Yeah, it's like how people
Hold
like when
on.
Donald Glover like wrote for 30 Rock before he was on Community. Nobody knew.
Mhm.
We're revealing a lot of things today.
A lot of things.
Rob
Let me
singing
see
about
it.
Purple Kelly was crazy.
You want your
This
team?
podcast
You want
is
your
worth it
team,
just for
Rob?
that.
I've got it.
Okay, great.
On the
And
card.
give a name to your
God.
team.
I don't
All
write anything down.
fantasy style.
Well, yeah, the tribe name. You know, that's
The
Yeah.
tribe name.
Owen
Okay.
said thank you for my birthday message, though. So that
Aw.
happened. Yeah.
But did you tell him you picked him for your team?
Sorry, I
Mhm.
didn't pick you on
Yeah.
my team. I had to pick
Okay.
Ethan. Owen will understand.
All right. So we've got my immunity record holder is Jenna Maraska.
Mhm.
My under 20 Survivor player is Sammy Leotti. My amazing racer is Amber Mariano. My Y or Z person is Jam Jam. And my last guest winner is Carla Cruz Godoy.
all right, Mike.
All right. I have for mine one-time medevac player Bruce Kanagai from Survivor Exile Island. A record immunity win holder Necklace blank Kim Spradlin. We have played the game at 20 or younger, one Purple Kelly Shin. We have Amazing Race contestant, Natalie Anderson. A Y or Z, Yao Man. And a last gas winner in Owen Knight. I am calling my tribe Purple Puka in honor of Survivor Cook Island, and also Purple Kelly being there.
Love it. Purple Puka. All right, Shannon, your tribe?
Yeah. The men are a lot better than the women.
All right, somebody clip that out.
For my tribe specifically. So I have, which order should I do this in? So my Y, my Y in life and my Y in this draft, I have Yule. Okay, gave a lot to Yule. Amazing Racer, Ethan. Yeah. Last Gasper, winner Tom Westman. Okay, a lot of good stuff going on here. And then some others. Nat 10, under 20, Kelly Wigglesworth, most challenge wins. And who can forget Courtney Moon? I actually almost did when I was writing down my team. She's my medivac. The chat, I think, is trying to get on the podcast, but Jeremy Glidden, Shannon's team is the best, and it isn't even close.
Oh, we got to take a call from the chat also.
Shannon may finally win something. Do you want to do that?
What? Let the caller decide?
Yeah. You want to take
we have time. We're doing great on time.
Okay, great.
Wow.
Yeah.
Great.
You're going to let a caller just decide the whole draft? I mean, I don't.
No.
Okay, all right.
No, we're gonna take a caller to see if
I think we should take someone whose birthday it is today. So Pete
is Owen here.
Peter? No, he's at work. He has a job. So
those pistols don't make themselves.
Yeah.
What do you think Peter does?
Can I tell you? I think you drafted.
Minnow says it's their birthday. So Sam, let's see if we can get Minnows.
On.
Okay.
So Grace, I mean,
I also appreciate making me out in the chat.
I mean, if we also want to go rogue, I'm sure, Grace, are there a couple other random categories? Like, could we do a couple of extra rounds?
Let's do a bench. Let's do the bench.
I do. I wanted to highlight maybe some people that I think maybe didn't get drafted. Community record holders, I think people know, but like Chrissy, Colby, Ozzy, Terry, and Mike are the people who did not get drafted. I think you pretty much exhausted the players under 20. I think Michael Yerger could have been an interesting choice. Will Wall also, I think, was the youngest player to play when he played. Amazing Race contestants is full. I mean, Boston Rob, Mike White, Corinne.
Oh, Mike White! That would have been good, but I had Ethan.
You mentioned, I think, the stuff from Y or Z. I think Zeke is certainly misses, and Zach Wertenberger. I know he's first one.
Zach Wertenberger, Zane Knight, of course. Spoiler alert on the ballot for Survivor 50.
There were some Ys also. There were the aforementioned Eve Rojas, the Yasmin.
Yep. I think we talked through all the medevac contestants, and then the last gaspers, the only people who didn't get drafted are Brenda and Jason.
Zoe Zandakis.
Zoe Zandakis is would have been eligible as well.
Works hard and plays hard.
I didn't even think of Zach because I was thinking of. I only ever considered Yule, but
here's a category. I don't know. I mean, I feel there's potential to do this again. I think it was very fun, but a category I had has been a loved one. I think was a very.
Let's do it. Let's do a bench pick. Let's do like.
What do you think, Rob? Do you want to do like a bench pick, a bench round?
Okay. Do we have 3 categories?
You want 3 categories? I do have.
Yeah, I do want to spend some time though tonight on the coming up with idea. Do we have new suggestions for the mailbag?
Yeah, we've got quite a few because yes, we spoiler alert, we need to find something for next week. So
yeah. Why don't we just, Grace, throw out a couple and then we can talk about some fun names. We don't have to actually do the draft.
I think that, So was a loved one. Somebody who won the arm over your head challenge.
Oh, Parvati.
Yes.
Teresa T-Bird.
Parvati shotgun.
T-Bird, I think I feel like it's almost the T-Bird challenge. But was a loved one. I feel like there's some fun ones there. And then, I mean, Mike, you did say it, but Canadians. I mean, good Canadians.
Yeah. I think I would really want to take. I mean, Mariana Oma, this is becoming like a real unfortunate decision for me. But then in terms of been a loved ones, who are the interesting people there?
Val.
Like Monica Culpepper.
Rachel.
Laura Bonham. Nadia Anderson.
Farm Guy 69.
Monica Culpepper.
That's basically the list.
I mean, could you cast people who did not play as loved ones? Because I cast Thunder D.
That would be fun. So Jared is a fun.
Jared Fields.
That's what people want.
Yeah.
Reed Donaldson. But no, it's meant to be players.
The arm over your head challenge. I think this would be the only category you could have taken him in, which is Tony Blanchas.
Oh, right, he did win that in Winners of War.
That? Well, that category is stacked.
Will Wall as well, who is also a player under 20. So
yeah.
Denise won that challenge. Chelsea Meisner won that challenge, and Cheyenne won that challenge.
Oh, just so was in Winners of War, was it for some reason the men versus the women, like top male finisher, top female finisher?
It might be. I think Lindsay actually like eliminated anything where it was like multiple winners.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, like when it rains, it pours, I think is the name of the challenge.
Yeah. I also had new era finalists. I also had professional athletes. If you had to take a professional athlete on your tribe, there's a lot of them.
Yeah,
that's like the whole of Australian Survivor.
Yeah.
If we were doing
the entire Champions tribe,
whole season,
We do have a caller here.
Oh, wow. Sam did it.
A caller is here on their 21st birthday from the chat. It's Minnow. Minnow, how are you?
Oh my gosh, hi. I'm so excited.
Wait, Minnow, when do you turn 21?
Today.
But like, at what time? At what time?
When was it? The time
Midnight.
I was born?
No, I wanted to see if I could draft you if you're still 20 years old.
Yeah.
As of today.
Oh, I'm so sorry. It was noon. That's my. I was born at noon flat.
Now, Minnow, you're not drunk right now, right?
No, you think no? This is a sober affair. You think I come to Summer of Survivor with anything in my body? No, this is serious.
I don't know. Judging by the rest of the chat, I wonder sometimes.
That's why I was the one
typing out all the teams. You know.
Yeah, that was really helpful.
Minnow, tell me about the choice of fish, Minnow. What garnered the name Minnow?
What garnered the name Minnow? It's a little fish in a big pond. You know, the cool thing about them, they're one of the few fish that protect their eggs. Isn't that so cool?
Oh,
I guess so.
Okay, that's kind of a slight to all the other fish.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. They actually
maybe
care
the
about
other
their
fish are
children.
just bad. I know that in Finding Nemo, well, they didn't really protect the eggs. That's not even. It's so sad. It's not their fault. It was the big shark's fault. Minnow, do you have cats?
So my apartment is too small, but I've grown up with them, and we have 5 over my parents. I love my cats so much.
Oh, you love
cats? Would you guard your cats from any predators, like a Minnow?
Absolutely, absolutely. We had to go on search hunts for some of them because these little things, they will find any little nook and cranny to get out. So I was out there. Yeah. I was on the streets. I was like 6 years old. I was like, Rusty, where are you? So yes, absolutely.
Were you the person last week who said that you would adopt cats to come on the chat?
No.
Okay, someone else said that. Someone else make good on that. Send me a photo of the cat you adopted.
I do. Dolores and Megan were kind enough today to be campaigning for me to be on the chat
really rallied behind Minnow.
Are you doing anything special for your birthday besides attending this podcast?
You just gave up the answer for what I was doing that was special for my birthday. I usually sit just on my kitchen floor when I'm watching this and have dinner. But Megan has been campaigning for me so hard since Summer of Survivor, the wish list on Friday. I was like, I think I should not be on my kitchen floor. So thanks.
Yeah.
Minnow, do you have any chairs?
I do, in fact, have a chair, but I'm at my standing desk, so.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
I will say from literally before the podcast started, I look at the comments, they're like, it's Minnow's birthday, choose Minnow, and I said, sure, I'll do that. Like, it was already, they didn't have to campaign, I was going to do it. Question, do you think other people will say it's their birthday? Like, sometimes people at restaurants to get, cake, say it's their birthday. So do you think they're going to do that now?
One of the things in, sports analytics and survivor analytics, the most successful person is the person who does it first. So I think nobody whose birthday should be able to do it.
Now you're
only one person.
Just like in this draft, you can only have one person.
Yeah, only one person in that category.
Yeah. Minnow, we have a question for you from the chat. Jeremy says, Minnow, if you could greenlight one person to Survivor 50 as a birthday present, who would you pick?
Todd Herzog.
Question.
Okay.
Great pick. Right pick, just a bit too old for under 20. How old was Todd? 21?
No, I think it was like 22, 23.
Yeah, he was a flight attendant he quit being that to be one. So he was, that was the only age he was though.
Okay.
Todd was 22.
Yeah. We're going to try now to hear ideas for what we should do for next week on the Summer of Survivor. Do you have any ideas?
Absolutely not. But I'm really here to have a great time. I'm a super new Survivor fan. So
okay. When did you start watching?
Episode 5 of season 46.
Oh, wow. So what were you a fan of before?
That's incredibly recent.
I
That was
got
like a
into
couple
reality
weeks ago.
TV shows with Survivor.
Wow.
So tell
my
us your
God.
origin story, because you
This
seem
is
so
crazy.
excited to be here now.
that.
So you only started on this journey 2 months ago?
Well, yes, it spiraled because, well, I was in my last year of school, like undergraduate, and I was trying to figure out something to write for my rhetoric paper. And there were drag race videos that mentioned Survivor, and I was like, I've never watched this show before.
Oh, who do you watch on Drag Race videos?
I watched Drag Detective.
Yep, shout out to I love Drag Detective.
Yes.
Jack Fed, they're all Survivor fans. Runner Eye, Survivor fan.
Yeah, literally there's one line you mentioned, you can tell this person must have watched Survivor with the way they were playing this. And I was like, I guess we'll just watch this show. And fast forward, the last thing I ever submitted for my argumentation, my rhetoric degree was analysis of Marianne's final tribal council. Like,
yes.
I did a whole presentation on that. Nobody in the class knew what I was talking about.
Oh my God, send that to her. Send that to me.
Oh my gosh, it's 33 minutes of me just being really
that's fine.
excited.
I mean, have you listened to this podcast? It's been an hour, 9 minutes.
33 minutes on Marianne's final tribal council?
I hear that.
Well, essentially, it was an argumentation. It was a rhetoric on how you create a story of a winner. And so the hilarious thing is I put a clip from Kenzie in it before. Like, it was just to show, like, this is how
we
you
all
frame.
Yeah.
It was about Ben, his panic attacks, and I was showing, like, this is how you frame a scene around a person who it isn't about. Because I felt like it was about Kenzie.
It was incredibly obvious.
Put that in there, here's the little scene. And then 2 weeks later, I was like, I foresaw.
Yeah.
So, yes.
Incredible.
Okay, so wait, but you've been doing this for like episode 5 of 46. So in that time,
I've gone crazy. That's what's happened.
My God.
Yes.
That's insane. I mean, that's
I've watched
great.
all of the new era seasons so far.
Okay.
And I'm going with Cagayan. And I also watched David vs. Goliath, but now I just started Cagayan.
But
so
China
I would say about 80% of the names we've talked about tonight have probably largely gone over your head.
Oh, absolutely. I was like, Jam, I know one. Oh my God. But I've been doing a lot of talking with T-Birds when I'm on my walks.
Oh,
so
okay.
That's why it was me like Todd, because I cried during his talking with T-Birds. I was like, I love
oh my God, we'll
man.
watch that season, I think.
Yeah,
I will definitely. But the hard thing is I love the podcast. They make me feel such a community. Like, I love it so much. And I don't have any friends like in real life that listen to watch Survivor. So I wanted to start with like the Cagayan because there's podcasts about that.
Well, here's what I'll say. First off, no matter what Survivor season you watch, there was a top 40 countdown done in 2020.
I know. That's how I decided the ones I'm going to watch.
And then second, what I'll say is, like, if you feel like you don't have a community to talk about Survivor with, I think you just found one tonight.
Of course, that's why I'm here.
Yes. Okay, well, happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
So
man.
happy you found that.
What a journey you've been on. I mean, that's awesome. That's wild.
Yeah.
I know.
It's incredible.
So
will you watch Big Brother?
So I listened to every single live update this summer from Taryn for BB25, and I thought that was really fun. So I don't know if I'll watch the show, but I'll definitely turn it to Taryn.
Wait, without watching the show, you listen to all the live feed updates?
Yeah.
A lot of people do that.
But like not while the show is on.
Yeah, did you listen to them since you
I'm
found...
also listening to Reindeer Games recaps right now.
Okay.
So you're listening to it now. You didn't listen to it last year.
Yeah. So you listen to it now, because the episode 5 of Survivor 46 was probably like the end of March.
Yeah, it was like April, I think.
Exactly. That's when I started.
It's been about 3 months. Yeah.
Okay.
So I go on a lot of walks. So I downloaded the podcast and I walk for like 2 hours every day. So you get through a lot if you do that. And then, I write a lot and listen to podcasts when I write. So.
Can I ask what you're studying?
So I just graduated. I study professional and legal communication and paralegal studies. And I'm hoping to get my graduate in social sciences and sociology. So
yeah,
cool.
Okay.
I work in law currently. I work as a paralegal.
Wow.
Incredible.
All right, well, Minnow, thank you for calling in. Happiest of birthdays to you.
Happy birthday, Minnow.
Thank you guys so much.
Okay.
You're a small fish no more.
Oh my gosh.
The chat was very excited.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
A lot of them are drinking.
Yeah. I don't ever plan on drinking, so I'm always here. I'm going to be a sober Minnow, always.
So you would say you don't drink like a fish?
I don't. But it is ironic. Oh my gosh.
The chat's so happy. This is the chat's
Thank you, Minnow.
Happy birthday, Minnow.
Happy birthday, Minnow.
Bye.
Minnow, thank you so much. Okay.
Of course. Thank you so much for having me. Bye, everyone.
Bye, Minnow. Happy birthday.
I don't think that we should say that we can't have anyone whose birthday it is.
No, it has to be another.
IDs.
It has to be another celebration. I'll bring someone on for an anniversary or graduation.
That's a good anniversary. What are you doing? I'm watching this draft.
Yeah.
I'm watching this podcast. Yeah.
All right. So let's get into some of these suggestions here. We got about 30 minutes to go until we have to wrap up for Claim to Fame coming up here. No, check out Claim to Fame also, by the way.
Right.
Yes.
Well, the first thing I'll mention is what is actually on the docket before we get to new ideas. So we've talked about this, and it's coming. We want to do some sort of Wandoff / Josh Wigler gets introduced to the new era of Survivor. And I think submissions have come in drips and drabs, so I think it's time that we put a hard and fast date onto it. So it's happening. It's real. August 7th. We are doing
August
a Wandoff.
7th.
So that is 4 weeks from
new
today.
era Wandoff.
Stop right there.
So you have
I've got an idea. I'm excited about it.
So you have 4 weeks to send in your submissions. It's preferable that they be about 60 seconds long. There is a link currently. Rob has a website.com/Wandoff2024. Go in there, fill out the form, your name. You can add the song via Dropbox, Google Drive, etc.
All right, Mila has a question. What's a Wandoff?
Great question.
It's been a minute.
My God.
It's been a minute.
Okay.
Sweet summer child.
Maybe we should do one. Maybe that's the idea for next week: the oral history of the Wandoff.
Oral history of the Wandoff. Okay, so the Wandoff is a Survivor song parody contest. It was started by Josh Wigler, really in season 35 of Survivor on Rob as a Podcast. Josh Wigler had a weekly spot. We called it the Wiggle Room, and Josh opened up a song parody contest to the listeners, and the listeners were able to make song parodies about the most recent episode of Survivor, and it really caught fire. People were sending in, at its height, 50 to 60 submissions a week for each episode of Survivor. Now, I think the interesting thing is, what will be the impact of AI on
no AI.
Well,
no AI.
How will you know?
AI.
How will you know?
If you ever wanted another reason to not watch Big Brother this year, it is AI themed.
Yeah, I'm half watching along, but in terms of Twitter, no AI, and if we find out there's AI,
now hold on, Shannon. Like if I go to my Twitter direct messages, don't I have a direct message AI song parody about the draft from you? And
read
Pistol
what the
Pete?
message says. Read what it says. It's not from me. It's from Pistol Pete. I said to him, don't do it. I came home from a work event and he'd been feeling a bit sick and he was just like, had a few hours to kill.
Can I play
he was
it?
Just like in bed sick. Oh, God. But
wait,
wait, no.
This is our warm-up Wandoff.
Not the, I can't believe this is going to get played on the podcast. But he's going to be happy about it. I will say
happy birthday, Pistol.
He thought Taryn won the draft.
Okay. All right. Here's a little
How long
something
ago was this? Did he send this?
from Pistol Pete. Okay, I haven't heard this yet. Let's listen to it,
God.
okay? You can all hear this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Why, though?
Shannon's got the stats, numbers to show. Asia's back in action. Rob had to go. Darren's the champion, robot with a crown. Chappelle's got the worst luck, always taken down. Booyah's playing tactical, Liana's in sync. Maybe they should date, make the perfect link.
That's a good
Asia's
idea.
players falling, but she's standing tall. Shannon's average high, but that's not all. We're drafting dreams, chasing that survival win. Round and round, the game begins again. Who will stand, who will fall, who will...
So maybe no AI.
No AI.
Wandoff.
That's the only AI we'll get.
So
Also, it's not a harmful song about you, Shannon. It's like, and she's trying. But so
Look,
Michelle.
No AI.
Wandoff is named after Wanda Shirk, who was the first contestant not chosen in Survivor Palau, who sang on her way in and way out. Josh and Rob weigh in with that as a recurring joke. But these song parodies should be about the new era only. It should only be about Survivor 41 through 46. Sam wanted me to note, if you have already sent something in and it was not through that form, send it again through the form. That way we have it all in one place.
Okay, what's the link to the form again?
Rob has a website.com/Wandoff2024. Someone who's in the Wandoff community, send out the beacons. Gondor calls for aid.
We should tweet that out.
All right. So that's coming up. That's going to be the first week in August. First
August
Wednesday
7th.
in August. Okay, so be on the lookout for that. All right.
What a treat.
Before we get to the ideas, why is this starred from the chat? I missed it. Fifth Boot Brando said, Shannon's not a bad drafter. Look at how many times she's won the RHAP draft. Why the drive-by from Brando?
No, that's when we were talking. That's I think when we were joking about you picking Courtney Moon. Maybe I think this is from
Okay, yeah, but
way
there's no
earlier in the
context that
podcast.
makes it okay, Brando.
Well, I don't know.
You got Brandoed. What do you want?
I got Brando. Yeah.
You got Brando. Oh yeah, that's a throwback. From,
That's his
season
idea.
four-
What if
from
we
our
just come on
season-
and people? What if people get Brandoed?
Well,
Just
what
bring
if-
people
what if-
on and they get Brandoed.
What a throwback, Rob, to our season 45 preseason coverage.
Mhm. Okay.
All right.
All right. All right, Mike. What else we got?
Yeah, so I got some
By the way,
ideas.
there's thunderous thunder in the background. I don't know if you could hear it, but if
No,
I happen,
Oh my God, hope
if
you're
my
okay.
if
Yeah.
my stream goes down, that you'll know what happened.
All right.
We were
So
so mean about Peter's AI song. It's his birthday yesterday.
/ today. It's
Yeah.
fine. We've got plenty of rounds.
We
in
got
us.
That's
Jordan
old news.
Kalish.
Yeah.
All right, so I got some stuff thrown out to us. We did a little bit of like a last-minute solicitation. I mean, I'll put this out at the top. Next week is the Big Brother premiere. Do we want to do something Big Brother adjacent next week?
Okay, do tell.
I mean, that's really the gist of the idea. It could be like casting Big Brother players on Survivor. It's tough because
Right.
Shannon's very limited knowledge of Big
Great,
Brother is
done.
going to
I'll say
it's
Corey
going to
won't
make
go
it very tough.
Yeah.
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 Doesn't get me that excited.
And if
We
people, if we come up with an idea in the next like 20 minutes that is dealing with Big Brother in the chat, I'd be more than happy to take it. But I just wanted to throw it out there. I don't think this is something that we would do, but it has been suggested to do a like brand steal or cast an all-star season of Battle of the Eras in honor of the challenge, where maybe you do like 5 tribes of 1 through 10, 11 through 20, 21 through 30, 31 through 40, 41.
Kind of feels like the wish list.
Could you do 5 tribes in a brand steal?
No, we wouldn't do a brain steal. It would just be more so casting the season of like if we were to go.
Craft a lot of things.
I mean, we just did a draft, but we could do another form.
That's
of a
interesting. I don't know if it's a draft. I think we should collaborate to.
I kind of like that if we did like a Battle of the Eras casting special.
Battle of the Eras. What are we putting? 30 people in?
Is that not what the wish
5
list
tribes
kind
of
of
6?
is? Like, are we
I mean, that's
going
gonna
to
be the wish list
day?
in like a month from now.
Yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
It's being covered. Okay.
By
I've
the
heard
way,
it.
Mike, I asked Dr. Christian Hubicki about how we should do the voting, and he suggested that there should be, put all these people on now, and then after one round of voting, get it down to 50, and then have the real vote.
I don't disagree. We'll talk this obviously offline, but I have been convinced Christian is definitely not the first nor the last person to tell me that, and I have been convinced more and more we may need a qualifying round. So we'll cross
I don't
that
need to
bridge.
get into French politics, but look what happened there. It was very successful. So, one round of voting, a second round
Listen,
of
Grace,
voting.
nobody tells us how to do an election here in the USA.
You ever have a
we
It seems to be going
never
super
stop
great.
with our elections.
You ever have a Macron, Jeff? All right, so put down the Le Pen, bro. That's all my Survivor French election references. What about something? I feel like we haven't done a tier list in Summer of Survivor yet.
Here,
But we
hold
want
on.
to do a tier list. We could do tier lists of voting confessionals. Could be interesting.
We haven't done
Shannon,
that.
I'm sort of glomming off of some stuff that you talked about during the one-liners bracket. Maybe like RHAP sound bites could be interesting.
Don't hate that. What about, I don't think the time limit will come back to bite us on this, but what happened to celebrity brand steal?
So yeah,
Okay,
celebrity
that's
brand
it.
steal. It's an
Yeah,
idea.
Yeah, so I'm open to it. I've been talking with Mike that I'd like to start doing brand steals as a patron perk that would be more regular. But I'm open to if we did one
kick
just
it
to
off
give
with
people.
that,
The first
Exactly.
taste can be free.
Mhm.
Yeah. Get them addicted.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and
Because
I
I've
don't know.
never
We'll
heard of
talk about our
brand steal before.
schedules. Like if we could maybe try to start a little early next
I think
week.
the initial idea, right, was like that you could get some buzz of people like the
Yeah,
celebrities
that's-
who watch
that's,
Survivor.
That's my thought on it. If we did that one, we would want the celebrity. We want to tag the celebrities.
We can get Medium Sheldon. I think we could get Medium Sheldon possibly even on the podcast.
Wow.
I mean, that's a lot. I don't know
Yeah.
that we can do that. I was just talking. I don't want to have to, wow. I didn't think you
It's like when
okay.
Marcia said she'd book Davy Jones for the dance in the Brady Bunch.
It's exactly like that. Exactly what I was thinking.
Let's go with Shannon's idea. Book Medium Sheldon on the podcast.
We just talked to Medium Sheldon.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's a possibility. 1 week's notice.
All right, so I do think Celebrity Brain Steal could definitely be up there. And I think we can fill out a cast. We could even cut it down to 16 and do it like super bare bones, Borneo, no idols, etc.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they're all idols to me, but sure.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. I mean, there is something about still like the best. Well, I guess you still wanted to save, Rob, the best episodes for next year, unless we want to do something else of some sort of like drafting Survivor episodes.
It makes no sense. We're looking for an idea. We have such a good idea, and you're waiting for the 10-year anniversary of something no one could tell you the date of if you had not looked it up.
Mm-hmm. Hey,
I had a format idea that I wonder for a while. I think I pitched it on RHAP a couple times. I think there's something to it that's a little different, which is basically, Rob, a Royal Rumble.
Yep.
Which is where you start with two things and you get votes in terms of if you want to eliminate one of the two things, and then you sort of like add more things, but if things get enough votes, they're eliminated. I know it sounds a little complicated.
How would you do the voting, Grace?
Explain it to me.
You three would like, you could cast your vote to eliminate something, and if it eventually accumulates enough points,
what is being put into the Rumble?
Whatever you want to see.
Is it players?
Something. I don't think you want to do. I mean,
can we do like
draft, but like.
Are you talking about like podcast ideas, or would it be like Survivor season Royal Rumble?
Yeah, something like that, or like something that you would like, that you would like tier list, or like that you would like more. I don't think you want to have I mean, you could have people, but I think you get a little, you're eliminating them.
Yeah.
From what, and maybe
I think that's interesting as a mechanism, but I think that we're still missing the what is the thing that we are going to be talking about.
Yeah.
I do think that RHAP soundbites is a fun thing to filter through one of these games.
Mm-hmm.
And Rob, I feel like you still have a pretty extensive back catalog, like readily available.
Yeah, I think
a lot
so.
Of this will be retro.
All-time soundbite.
I think that could be fun.
All-time Survivor soundbites.
It's not too similar to the one-liner draft we just did, but that was great.
No, it's different.
Happy to do it again. I do a one-liner draft every week.
Because I would say that like things like Love You Bae obviously did not make the one-liner draft previously, but I think it's
Tony finding the idol is a great soundbite, but not.
It wasn't the one-liner draft.
Or like Ding Ka-ching Ka-ching.
Yeah.
Debbie, so much Debbie on this podcast.
I'm talking wrong in a couple days. It's on the brain.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And yet you didn't take Julia Sokolowski.
Ding Ka-ching Ka-ching.
See, that takes me back.
Yeah,
be nostalgic.
Yeah,
I think there's something there. You know, that was
fun.
Exactly. Or we're in Ko-Ron. We don't need no more heat, baby. Like there's a lot of.
We're in the middle of Ko-Ron. Like, listen, we don't need no more heat, baby.
It's really clear to see what eras of the podcast were very soundbite reliant.
Mm-hmm.
We really went through our peaks and valleys. Okay, that's an idea. But what are we doing with the soundbite?
I mean, let's see. We could do.
Bracket.
I feel like we want to do something other than a bracket because we've already done a bracket. We've
bracket
already
every week.
We've already done a draft. We could do an auction draft. We could do a tier list.
The auction draft would be hard because I feel like we'd need to know what's up for grabs.
But I think a bracket might actually, like maybe we do this. I think seems like a bracket. Like I would say, we let the listeners like, and I would seed the bracket based off of like number of submissions for the same thing. And so like let the things that like got like 73 submissions, like that should be like a 1 seed, and things that got like 2 or 3, like those are 16 seeds. Because I think we could blow through it pretty quick.
Okay. All right. So I think
you say that and then
so I think that's I would say right now the leaders in the clubhouse are that or Celebrity Survivor Brain Steal next week.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm trying to see if there are any other random ones. I mean, I think some ones that are certainly in the hopper, though I don't think would necessarily come out this time around, but still are ideas that are going to be put in eventually. Of course, part 2 of defining Survivor moments for the rest of the seasons. I think if we want to try to do either daddies versus fathers versus zaddies, or it's a look through time with Bryce.
What is it? Daddies versus fathers versus zaddies?
Yeah, I think those things have to be the same.
Yeah, fathers are the people who are they're priests.
Yes,
exactly.
Okay.
How many priests have played Survivor?
I understand. Like, are daddies different than zaddies?
Oh yes, they are.
Explain
Rob.
it to me like I'm Rob, Mike.
Okay, well, I think that like A zaddy, I mean, I think it's like degrees of urges, you know, like how do you feel down there? And
what
is it a D or is it a Z?
what
You
the
get what I'm saying?
In Australia, Shannon, how do you
Nothing
feel?
good
Grace,
prepared
can
Zed.
you help me?
I don't know if I really understand. It's more of a vibe feeling, I think, that where you place somebody. I don't know about feeling down.
So a daddy is like an attractive older man.
Yeah.
A zaddy is more so kind of encompassing all ages, where it's more so like a guy with swag who's got that.
The daddy feels superfluous as a category.
Well, can you give me examples? Can you give me an example of each? Like,
sure. So I would say that like
Papa Bear.
Papa Bear is a daddy, but I would say that somebody
Papa
like
Smurf.
Papa Smurf is
a dad.
No, I would say Papa Bear more so is a zaddy because zaddies have swag, and he literally had swag. He had a rock swinging around in his pocket. And Papa Smurf is more of a daddy.
I think it's dad.
You think dad is not a category?
I don't want to do this podcast.
I would say daddy is more like PG-13.
Is the podcast not daddies versus zaddies versus dads?
But daddy is different than dad.
What then? What the hell is dad?
What's dad?
Dad is like, come on, dad.
Yeah, come on, dad.
No one says dad
not
sincerely.
So Papa Smurf is not dad?
Dad is like
Papa
Terry
Smurf
Dietz.
is
no,
daddy?
Terry Dietz is daddy. See, this is the podcast.
Dad is someone who would be like, if you don't stop it back there, I'm turning this car around. Which Terry Dietz would do.
All right, so maybe we'll pass on the men this time around.
Well, like, we have two literal fathers.
Get back to me when you all can tell me what this podcast is.
Well,
I did. I outlined it for you.
If you like, if we convert it to gays, and then we do bears and otters, is that simpler?
Bears versus
Papa Smurf.
Bears versus Twinks versus
dad.
Yeah, is that easier?
No, okay. A dad is Terry Dietz. A daddy
is
something.
No, dad is like Roxroy.
Okay, that is good. Okay, because he would say, I'm turning this car around. Okay, dad is Roxroy. That's good. Let's just get one of each so that we know, so we move forward.
Okay.
Then a zaddy is like one of any.
Okay.
Like
somebody still. I'm still waiting for the explanation of a zaddy versus a daddy.
A daddy is an older zaddy.
Daddy is Terry Dietz, and I would say a zaddy is somebody like.
Should I text Bryce right now?
Hot Cop Dan.
Do we have Bryce
Hot Cop Dan is what?
A zaddy.
I think I have on good authority that he's not.
Did he not make the calendar?
And then what's a father?
Ask Twitter.
Oh, father is like mother, you know?
Oh, but then how's that different to zaddy?
Oh, well, zaddy is a purely aesthetic thing. Father is more so a state of being.
I don't want to do this podcast.
All right. All right. So I have on my short list here casting the Battle of the Eras for now. Is that the challenge season that is about to start?
Yeah. So it's starting in about a month.
Starting about a month. Should we try to time that closer to?
We have a lot of ideas.
Or do you think that once we put there'll be like 2 other Survivor podcasts that'll do it before we get to it now?
I mean, that's very valid as well.
No, credit us. Copyright.
You like just
they never do, Shannon. They never do.
Reveal, and now you're like you're in limbo. You're in like the season hasn't started limbo.
We can't.
We could delay it. So we do have something that we're doing. So we do have an open spot as well in a couple of weeks as well, I believe on the 24th. But Rob, I don't believe you'll be here for that. So that's another thing.
No, the week I'm not going to be here is the 31st.
Okay, gotcha. Okay,
and for we have things for all of these weeks. We have so many. It's just next week that we don't have something.
Yeah. Okay.
And
if you have some, we
have 2 spots that we have to fill. We have to fill today. Today is the 10th, right? So we have the 17th and the 24th to fill.
Yep.
Wow, I really do.
And then you guys do whatever you want on the 31st.
Celebrity Survivor. I really think
Celebrity Survivor. I think
we do that in the time limit.
Yes, I think we are. Or if need be, if we want to meet early, I think it's okay.
I think we should do Celebrity Brand Steel for the reason of it can kick off the whole patron perk of it all, and it should be a part of Summer of Survivor. Like it's a format that is like key to Survivor nonsense, which is what this is, and like not having a brand seal in it would be dumb.
Okay. All right. So next week we will do the celebrity brand steal.
Yes, so we will behind the scenes make a list of all of the celebrities who are explicit fans. They're fans of
Should
Survivor.
we let the listeners weigh in for people? Like,
I
I
mean,
think we should allow the listeners to submit their fame. So, like, sort of like start like ginning up the social media.
Wow, a week after claim to fame too. It's so smart. So
yeah, and I do. I mean, I do think that we kind of have figured out the list back when this was like an idea prior to Summer of Survivor. But if this just causes a little bit of a dust cloud to get kicked up in the directions of some people and some ads get thrown around, why the hell not?
Yeah.
I hope that Medium Sheldon is graduating next week because he might be our chat guest. I hope it's his anniversary or some other.
Oh, I was like graduating. I was like, I don't think he's in school.
I hope he likes cats and is nice to me. The criteria, some sort of non-birthday celebration, nice to me, has or likes cats, feeds cats, something cat related. That's the triple threat.
Okay, so Celebrity Survivor Brant Steele next week. May or may not be a little bit earlier. Stay tuned to the social media to find out the time that we're starting. But yeah, we'll run it back and see in this Survivor season that so many people have talked about. I feel like every time a celebrity announces that they're a Survivor fan, they're like, oh, what if they did this season with all these people? Now we're finally putting pen to paper. And
I'm going to just have to pray that Taylor Swift comes out with it in the next week, that she's a huge Survivor fan. She was rooting for Charlie. Maybe I could find some sort of sign if she like, because she communicates through signs. So maybe if I could find that, we could include her.
You okay?
Were you referencing Taylor on purpose when you did that?
Yes.
Okay, good. So you know the lore enough.
Yes.
To go there.
Well, didn't she write about Charlie? Isn't that right? No, I don't know.
No, she did 2 surprise songs that might have been about Charlie and Maria. TBD.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So this was a lot of fun tonight. We really did great here with the Fantasy Tribe draft. Stick around tonight. Claim to Fame is coming back. Jenny Autumn and I will talk about it. If you've never seen Claim to Fame, there is a house filled with celebrity relatives. Their job, figure out who everybody else is related to while keeping their own identity a secret. Hosted by the duo of Kevin Jonas and Franklin Jonas. It's been a very fun summer show the last 2 years. We're excited to talk about season number 3. We'll do it live at 10:15 p.m. Eastern tonight. And 1 week from tonight, Big Brother 26 is kicking off. And to get ready for Big Brother 26, we have our own exciting competition coming this Friday. The RHAP Pressure Cooker is happening live this Friday at noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific. I believe 10 podcast and reality TV personalities will take part in the ultimate endurance competition live in front of the live streamed viewers. Don't miss a second of the inaction starting at noon on Friday. Go to robinswebsite.com/YouTube. Make sure you subscribe and hit that bell notification to make sure you don't miss our own pressure cooker. Grace Leeder is talking about all of the scripted TV things happening over on RHAP. Yeah. We know scripted TV. Grace, you and Taryn, much like some of our favorite Game of Thrones characters, are on fire.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, we're doing good. We're just watching all the TV and then telling you what you should and shouldn't watch. So that's what we're doing. And then for House of the Dragon Bands, we did a little special Fire and Blood book club with Mari Forth, Maester Mari. So that should drop, I believe, on Friday. So look out for that.
Yes. Okay. Viserys, Zaddy, Dad.
Definitely Dad. Like the speech that he spoiler alert, the speech that he gives in like the hours before his death is very dad coded. I'm like, hey, you kids, stop it. Don't make me turn this dragon around.
All right. Shannon, what will you do between now and then?
Between now and
our next podcast.
House of the Dragon, Shannon.
Work, nap, hang out with my cats. Oh, I'm going to the Hamilton rehearsal on Saturday. That's not a podcast thing. I won a competition. You're
going to a Hamilton rehearsal?
Yeah, no, I won a competition.
Wow.
So I get to go to the rehearsal on Saturday.
You're going to be in the room where it happens?
I'm going to be. That was the name of the competition. Yeah. And then that's going to be amazing. And then I get to go to opening night. So I'm going to be doing that. From a podcast perspective, firstly, I'm so confused about the pressure cooker thing. Like, it's amazing.
What are you confused about?
So will they be pressing a button?
No.
Okay, they just have to hang out.
No, they will be having to do a one specific physical activity.
Gotcha.
Okay.
So it's not necessarily the ultimate Big Brother fan sojourn of being terminally online.
Yes. Yes, that they will have to hold a specific position.
Interesting, because I was gonna say, because Puya's done like 24-hour streams, which I've been on, because he's always like, it's 3 a.m. for me. Who's awake? So I was gonna put my money on him, and maybe I still do. How exciting that you're doing that! I'm covering with Puya Traders New Zealand. That's what I'm doing. So I'll do that probably between now and then. I'm doing this. Yeah. Thanks for having me.
Okay. All right. Shannon, great job. We'll see you next Wednesday. And then, Mike, what's coming up for you?
Wish list, and more wish lists. Of course, earlier today, I talked Philippines with Jake O'Kane, which was a lot of fun. Great guy to talk about a great season as we put more people on the wish list. Rest of this week is going to be Karamoan tomorrow with Omer, because it can't spell Karamoan without O-M-A-R. And Blood versus War, thank you, with Akiva, with Uncle Kiwi. So should be a great time as we move out of the dark ages of Survivor into some very fun seasons. I came back to TV for real this week, and I got to talk about a little show called Lost with, speaking of Big Brother.
Yeah, how fun.
Corey Wernberger came on, and Corey is a gigantic fan of Lost. He is a hatchling, a huge Down the Hatch fan. He shouted out Down the Hatch when I interviewed him after he was booted from Big Brother.
Aww.
And so we talked at length about his thoughts on Lost, and we ended up, as a special bonus surprise for Big Brother fans, casting Big Brother 25 players as Lost characters. So really recommend people check that out. And then I was also on the Purple Pants podcast upcoming this week. They're doing a rewatch/first watch of The Amazing Race 5, which is my favorite Amazing Race season, one of my favorite reality TV seasons of all time. So I joined Bryce and Brooke to talk about an episode there. But otherwise, lots of other stuff happening. You know, if and when the Big Brother 26 cast drops, you know, I'll have that information as well as other random stuff. I have all the pictures from the house. If people want to check out what's going on with that very interesting decor, you can follow everything I'm doing, including my cameo, at a Mike Bloom type.
All right. Great job, Mike. Once again, we will be back with more Summer of Survivor, 7 p.m. again next Wednesday night to talk about celebrities in a fake season of Survivor. Let us know who you want to see cast in that season. What are we doing on Twitter, on social media? Tag us.
I don't know. Just
find us.
We're there.
Yeah, tag Rob the podcast, tag your favorite celebrities, and then let us know. We'll find out who makes the cast next week. Take care, everybody. Have a good one. Bye.